Hello, welcome. My name's Peter Chapsky, and I'm going to show you how to use a number of open source products to securely email your patients from Oscar 19. Oscar, of course, is open source. We're using it in Firefox, which is probably the most secure and certainly the open source product. And we're going to link it to Proton, which is a mail service that's secure with end-to-end encryption. So let's start. I'm actually not going to start with Oscar right now. I'm going to actually start with Proton. So we've registered for an account with Proton. We have a brand new account. We log into it. And here we go. It's pretty empty with some pretty official Proton welcoming messages. We want to somehow link this to Firefox. We want links, email links in the web to open Proton Mail for you. How to do that? Well, it's actually not that hard, although it isn't straightforward. We start off with opening the Firefox's web console in the lower part of the tab below the mailbox. You can do that either by Control-Shift+K, and in Mac that would be Command-Alt+K, or if you want to do it in the GUI fashion, you can go with the 3-bar menu, More Tools, Web Developer Tools, and you'll want to make sure it's on console. You're really only interested at this line here. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be pasting a certain amount of code that you got from the bottom of the YouTube comment section, or you've typed it in elsewhere from the directions that you see here. The problem with the web console is that this is a way to actually cause significant grief in Firefox. And so the first time you try to paste it, you'll get a warning, and you'll have to fulfill the obligations that the Firefox has asked you, which is usually typing in this line here in front of the 2 blue arrows, and then hitting enter. Once you've done that, you can then the web console will accept pasting. So we'll Control V of the requisites command here. I'll just go over it here now. So we've written here navigator.register protocol handler mail to. So that means that any mail to link will be handled by this handler by sending it to https mail proton.me inbox pound mail to #S, which is a placeholder for the subject, and we're going to call this handler Proton. Okay, so let's enter it here. Now you've seen something change at the top, and it says this is the final step. Add mail.proton.e as an application for mail to links. Yes, that's absolutely what we want to do. Okay, so we add the application. Okay, so now Proton is set up, and you can close the developer window by just Xing here. And now it looks like a regular Proton, and it's enabled. Going back, we now have to set up the patient for this. If you open up the master demographic record of any patient, you can certainly put in a patient's email. However, the email will show up throughout Oscar 19 as black unless you've gotten consent from the patient to use it and have indicated so in the contact information. So to do that, we'll edit the contact information by clicking on this little icon here, or you can also click the button here, but we'll do it here. And then this will open up the contact information data. We'll have confirmed with the patient that this is their current email. It might be stale dated, we may have gotten another time. That they've given us consent for care, In our jurisdiction, we have to tell them why we're using the email. We have to either tell them of the risks of using the email, and we have to tell them that they can withdraw their consent at any time. I won't go into that. That may vary from jurisdiction to jurisdiction, but in respects, we've clicked yes here at the end. So the patient is now ready for emails. Now we have to make sure that the Oscar itself is ready for emails as well and is showing the emails as many places as is desirable. So we'll go to Administration. We go down to eChart. We go down to eChart Display Settings, and we make sure a couple things are indicated. We want the HIN display health insurance number on the eChart, and we want to display the patient mail address. We have those set here, so we don't have to do anything, but if we don't, change them and hit the Save button here. Now we're pretty much set. We don't have to do any more settings. You're good to go. And I could leave you here, but I should give you a few more tips as to what to do. So let's go a use case. We'll open the patient's chart, and we're in not a patient's chart. Make sure that we're in the right place there. We've got the health insurance number. We've got the do not reply, and it's not black. It's actually as a link, so as an email link. So you could use that to open Proton. However, the use case I'm talking about is another place where we have this link, is in the lab test. So if we go to lab result, we open up the microbiology lab result here, and we see what do we have? Well, the patient has Campylobacter. So let's copy that. So Control C, and then we can go ahead and use this link, which is the patient's email. And again, it's in a link format because consent has been given. If we click it here, we would replace this page with the Proton, which is acceptable. However, in this case, I have a feeling that I want to have this page still open for reference. I'm going to force another tab by hitting Control click. Okay. And that will open up your mail to do not, and we're just going to pick the mail.proton.me, and we'll open up the link. And maybe we always use this link for mail to links. And away we go. We've opened up Proton. We've already logged in, so we don't have to log in again. And we have the message window composing capacity here. So we've got, you can see that the message from your doctor's office is the subject that comes from the Oscar link. You can change it, of course. It goes to the patient's email, which is do not reply at Gmail. And we can say, let's go ahead and paste, I do not. You have Campylobacter, and I will send in RX to your pharmacy. See for it. Whether we should do that or not is another story, but this is not a medical issue here. What we're going to do is at this point is we're going to paste the results, which show Campylobacter, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to hit lock, external encryption. So because it's going to be going to outside of Proton, which means for most people, you'll want to make sure that the email is encrypted at this setting. To do that, you need to put in a password. You're going to supply a password for that. I'm going to go back to not a patient, the eChart. We're going to click on their health insurance number. That will cause a copy of that number. And then we'll go back to Proton, and we'll Control V, the password right, which happens to be their health insurance number, and we'll give them a hint. The password is the number part of your OHIP card number. Okay, and then we set encryption. And then we get a password's been set, and then we can send it. Notice that the password, this message will expire at 1:45. We can edit that if we want. No. Yeah. Set. Okay, so we've confirmed that, and that will send it. At this point, it's going to send, and at some point, you're going to get a message in your inbox with regards to from Proton that says you've received a encrypted email, and there's a password hint. In this case, I just put the password in there. May not be best practice, but that's one way I've done it for demonstration anyway. We unlock the message, we open up Proton, and we hit the, we throw the password in, and we read the message. And it says it expires in 27 days. And this particular was a test message, so I actually don't have the result, but if I had pasted it, it would be this was sent earlier. It would show up here. In many respects, that's all I have to show for you for now. I hope that helps you send messages that are encrypted end-to-end for your patients. And this is a way of doing it that is end-to-end encrypted. Have a good day.